Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to like everything's kind of like wonky right now. I hope you can hear me okay. Um, okay. Do I sound okay? Do I sound quiet? Don't want to sound quiet. I'm good? Okay. All right. How is everybody? I hope you're all doing well. Oh. Okay. So, let me pull up Spotify here. I'm like super not prepared today, even though I have everything pretty much in order. Um, let's see, playlist notes here. Okay. So, yeah, it's been kind of glitchy. I've noticed that as well. What are we doing today? Your guys' playlists. Let's take a quick look at those. And yeah, okay, there. So, um, can I open them through? Can I like? How do I do this? Can I open in Spotify? I want to open this through Spotify. Hey, I don't know how to say your name. Ritoyan? Ritoyan? Upstreamed request timeout. I'd rather have this. There we go. Okay. Grand take on the music canon. I like it. Okay. Bloom Dito. Charlie Parker. How many more years? Nice. Meet Mr. Callahan. Ritz. There you go. Muddy Waters. It's a much more jazzy, distorted intro here. Blue suede shoes, Round Midnight. Interesting choice. That was one we considered, right? Giant Steps. Yeah, definitely a much more jazzy 50s for certain. You kind of skipped out on hip hop. That's okay. The one that we made was pretty hip hop heavy in some ways. Okay, 21st Century Schizoid Man, Maggot Brain. It's a cool that's a cool transitionary track from Black Sabbath to Starman. Actually, I'm intrigued by that. Chameleon. Interesting. Kind of going from like jazz to funk. There's kind of a like you got this is all pretty much the same, which is cool. But now we're kind of going into like some funk area, which is nice. I Feel Love, that stayed the same. Rise Above, Billie Jean. Here Comes Your Man, that's a good choice. Wu-Tang Clan. Definitely seems as hip hop centric going into here as ours was. You only changed a few things here. It's not like incredibly different. Interesting.
the flash flood began.
Interesting choice. You got Burial. Untrue, of course. Boxing Day. That's an interesting choice. That's for certain for 2013. Wow. Screenshot, Self-Control, Green Light. Got Sophie still and Tyler the Creator. Interesting. That's cool. Fascinating. All right, so Pisces. Is Pisces here? Yeah, right here. All right, buddy. Let's see what we got. What do we got? Okay. By the way, kids are being a little unruly this morning, so if I have to step out to help, I apologize. But okay. I'll never get out of this world alive.
I'll never get out of this world.
I fall in love too easily. Ray Charles. Tutti Frutti. Didn't it rain? This is definitely a much different list. La Bamba. At last. Come rain or shine live at Carnegie Hall. Yeah, this is a wildly different early tone here. Times they are changing. Nina Simone. Heroin. We got the Kinks again. Black Sabbath, A Case of You, Ziggy Stardust. Well, that's a drastic transition from Black Sabbath. That's funny. Concrete Jungle. I like how this list almost has no like sense of tone shift. It's just like whatever the heck you want. Disorder. Bad Brains. Okay, so we got some punk representation unlike us. Blue Monday. I want to see if Blue Monday is like a regular through every single one. We got Prince again. Rebel Without a Pause. Public Enemy. Disintegration. Title track. Heaven or Las Vegas. To Hear Knows When. This is an interesting little spree right there. PJ Harvey, Common People. Good choice. That's a good choice. Seems like more of a hip-hop R&B representation here. Hey, Buckeye. Maps, Chicago, interesting choice. Paper Planes, White Winter Hymnal, then Kid Cudi. Video games, Sophie, Cranes in the Sky. Wow, this is Kids See Ghost. FKA Twigs. Interesting. That's a fascinating list. Good job. We have Ritz. No Radiohead, Burn the Heretic. I thought there wasn't there? Or was wait. I thought there was Radiohead. Yeah, Paranoid Android's still on there. It's okay. Oh. There he is. There's our boy. Okay. Tried to be objective, but it's still fairly biased, to be honest. Also, there's 2 for 67. Okay. Mona Lisa. The world is waiting for the sunrise. It's okay. I'll just kill you a couple times. Not too many. Um, is this the same Chet Baker track as the? Oh, you fixed the 67 thing. Okay, as that one, Thelonious Monk. So What is a good choice. This is similar to the first one we did by Gran, right? Yeah, this is very close, very close. Kind of getting more into rock and roll here. Different choice from Highway 61. Tomorrow Never Knows is an interesting choice. Tomorrow Never Knows into Heroin is pretty cool. Into Hendrix, into okay, I see what you're doing here. War Pigs, another funkadelic track. Yeah, this is pretty close to the to Gran's. Moon Age Daydream. It's funny to see like people choose different things from Ziggy Stardust. Time. Marquee Moon is here. Is This Love? Radio Free Europe made it on here. Blue Monday, of course. You guys, I know you guys. Big Mouth Strikes Again. Interesting choice from Queen is Dead. I'm actually okay with that one, honestly. Just Like Heaven, it's a good choice. Interesting choice from Doolittle. Common People. Dude, this is... Did you like... did you just like cheat? Did you cheat on your homework and look at Gran's playlist? The full long season, I'm okay with that. Hard to Explain, Music is Math, Mars Volta. Going into all caps is an interesting... No. It is very close. It's very close. Not necessarily song-wise, but like artist choice. Oblivion is here. Blood Hail. Sober to Death. This was the 2011 one. Hacker. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Going into Oxygen's interesting there. Total Entertainment Forever. Satan in the Wait. Interesting. Yeah, you and Gran had a very similar thought process here. That's what are the odds of that? And then we have just Z Twigs left, right? Let's take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. I think that's the same Charlie Parker track, right? Kept Rocket 88, 433. In the Wee Small Hours. Made it on, that's a good choice. The Twist. Do the twist. Charles Mingus. Yeah, I'm surprised at the consistency between you guys. Like choosing some of the similar songs without referencing each other. I do like God Only Knows, A Day in the Life, and Sister Ray like being the same on a lot of these playlists. Not to take like credit for it, but I think that that's actually like a really awesome trajectory. Oh man, he's going electronic. I knew he would. Why am I not surprised? Tangerine Dream. We are editing the list. We're just doing a quick look at people's own versions of their highlights playlists. And this is the last one. After this, we'll start editing the list. But if anything, this is actually a cool example of like things to consider, you know, for us editing the list. Things that work well. Dazed and Confused. Interzone. Dude, you're such a contrarian. I swear. You chose Interzone from Unknown Pleasures. Holiday in Cambodia. That is a good lead into Holiday in Cambodia, though. Primary. I feel compelled to do a comprehensive run of The Cure as well at some point. Like go, um, like not do all their stuff, but do a lot of their stuff because I've kind of like figured them out a little bit better. And I'm much more interested in doing more of their stuff. Like honestly, like I'm okay with doing that. Really, um, just basically catching up to Disintegration again, and then maybe doing Blood Flowers. I'm okay with that at some point. Um, who knows when that'll happen because my list just keeps growing in terms of what I need to do. Um, anyway, Blue Monday, of course. Killing Moon, good choice. Taste the Floor. I like this. That's a nice trajectory. Don't go. Um, how come none of you put Your Love by The Outfield on your list? How dare you? I like Twig. I like some of your like track to track transitions. There's a cool flow to this. Even if some of the choices are a little weird, I think there's a you prioritized like playlist flow pretty well. Um, then again, it does probably flow pretty well when you're electronic obsessed. Um, I've had this on my list of albums to listen to forever, and I really want to get to more Yolo Tango. Um, I don't recognize half of these artists. Um, that into Tunnels is funny. The Rip, good. Norway, interesting choice. Do I have? I need to get more tape for this thing. The screw is not like working in this. Like the nut for this screw in this thing fell out, so like the microphone needs to use tape to stay in place. Um, where was I? Norway, Helplessness Blues, Apocalypse Dreams. I will readily admit this is a really bizarre list, but it's kind of fascinating. Collaborative playlist. Does that mean I can change it? Oh, whoops. I'm sorry. I'll have to admit that The Cure and Morrissey don't excite me at all. They have done stuff I don't mind, but I would never listen to either. Well, it's a good thing. I think it was you who recommended that I break up doing like artist discographies with poll albums because I do think that I not necessarily lost some people, but some people haven't been watching since I started the Bowie stuff because they just don't care. Because I have post punk fans with Joy Division and New Order. I have indie rock fans with the Smiths and like Stone Roses. I have some Dream Pop fans from like Cocteau Twins. So it's kind of I have like sections of people who will not watch certain things I react to, and then there's a select few people who will just watch anything I put out and maybe like listen to the album ahead of time or afterward. And I'm very always flattered and impressed by that. It can't be easy to please everyone. That's certainly true because everyone's always like, "Could you do this? Could you do that?" And I'm like, I'm one man. I listen to like I do a reaction every week. You just named 5 of my favorite bands. There you go. Kind of me too for some reason. I like the way you do these, but I like guitar bands. Yeah, and I'm eager to get back to like I go through phases. Like right now, I just want some good dream pop again. But then I go through phases where it's like I just want some good rock. So, what's your favorite list? My favorite, like my favorite bands. My favorite bands, in no particular order, is Radiohead, Beach House, New Order. Smiths might be on there. Um, and oh, that we sent. Oh, favorite of the playlist. Um, I don't know, honestly. I kind of liked what I kind of like what Gran and Ritz did. I think that was really interesting. But there's elements of Pisces and Twigs that I liked as well. It's really hard to pick a favorite. They all did something pretty unique and cool, and it was there were I mean there were things that stayed the same. Like a lot of you guys, like I think every single one still had Blue Monday. A lot of you guys still kept the same. Um, was it Velvet? No. Uh, God Only Knows, A Day in the Life, Sister Ray, which I think is really cool. Um, but the other places went wildly different directions. I respect the jazz angle. You like jazz? But I also respect like the more distorted, weird stuff too. I don't really feel one way or the other. Um, anyway, so yeah, that was good. That was good. Thank you guys. But let's let's fix this, okay? We have some things here, okay? Um, we're gonna break some hearts today, all right? We're gonna rock the boat a little bit, and some people will be upset. Some people will be okay and fine. Um, but let's see what we got. So, to oh, cool. That's great, dude. Yeah, their second album, Riot on an Empty Street, is pretty solid. Like the middle, I don't enjoy a whole lot, but there's like 4 or 5 really good tracks on it. Really overlooked and underrated folk duo. I think How Many More Years is a pretty great pick. Um, let's see. So we got, uh, you guys had this on your, a couple of you guys had this, right? And that's for 51. And right now we have Rocket 88 for 51. Um, here's the thing. I want if we're gonna pick a it came out before. I thought Rocket 88 was 51. Let's look. Let's reference best songs from 51. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It came out in 51. Um, Earlier in the same year. So if we're gonna do either Rocket 88 or How Many More Years, I kind of want the 50 track, the first track, to make sense, right? Um, and it could be even something as like doing something like Levian Rose to be like, all right, here's where music is, and here's where it starts to get interesting in 51. You know what I mean? So it's like almost a drastic shift right off the bat. It's like if we were to start with this, it's like, okay, this is what people are used to in this, people are used to in this time, and then going to it's a pretty drastic shift. Does it make sense? What do you guys think here? Should we do you have any other options for 50, or like what combination of songs do you think works well here? I'm almost expecting completely for this site to not just not work right now. Oh, here we go. Um, what kind of Charlie Parker song? April in Paris? Exotica. What if we started with Exotica? I think it's important to get the best songs, then worry about the flow. They should stand up even if you play them on shuffle. I agree. But this is going to be one of the hardest streams we've done because now we're trying to strike that balance. We're trying to perfect this playlist to be something we can be really proud of. Um, I could just search it, but I'm what? How did you guys do it? Didn't you guys have it on there? Crazy how much focus you have. Do I have focus? I don't know if I have focus or not. What is the? Did you misspell it? Why is it not appearing in my life? It's on the album, but why isn't it showing up? Did you misspell it? Hello? Am I here? Testing, testing, one, two, three. Am I here? Hello? We good? Okay. I don't know why that happens. That's been happening like more and more recently. I just like will lose connection, and then it even says in the bottom of my streaming thing, it says like reconnecting in 9 seconds, and then like it reconnects. But um, I really shouldn't take this long, otherwise I'll never get anything done. Um, Pull. I don't know what to pull. Is the problem like? Um, let's put it this way. Do you guys think we should keep Rocket 88 or should we change it out with how many more years? Which is the better distortion track? Well, So, kind of just checking out your guys' things here. Looks like Gran and Twig picked Bloom Dido. We have Mona Lisa here for these two. Um, I can't tell. It's like I feel like this is a more natural transition, you know, from something like this into something like that, rather than going from like Mona Lisa or La Vie en Rose into a distorted track. Um, should the transition be that abrupt, or should it be a little more fluid like this? You know? Yeah, that's totally tied. Um, okay, so well, let's do this then. So we got let's put Bloom right here. Um, maybe I'll just make the what do you call it? Determining vote here. So we got. I'm just gonna listen. Just gonna kind of soak it in. Um, what year are we on? Well, we're at the beginning of the playlist right now. Um, I think Mona Lisa is better because it gives you a sense of what the prior 2 decades music was like. Yeah, that's my case that I'm trying to make as well, but I'm kind of more convinced to start it off in a different way. I think. How many more years also gives a blues representation? We are done. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're kind of done with the playlist. Um, the issue I see here um, is that Bloom Dido is almost too has too much energy, and Rocket 88 and How Many Years is like a letdown. I'd almost rather there be like a build up. So in a way, I'm okay with Mona Lisa staying on here. I think this might be a better choice. It's okay, man. Like I said, I'm gonna break some hearts. I'm gonna break some hearts. Okay. How about this? I'm taking your guys' suggestions into account, but your guys' suggestions aren't the rule of the land. Okay. I'm I'm being the artist now. How about that? Um, I think it needs to be Rocket 88 needs to go, and how many more years needs to go right here. I think this makes sense because this is low key, and then it kind of ratchets up, and then for 52, um, for 52, we had something like Tiger Rag as an option here. Um, who was Les Paul? So we have simple, low-key, normal, traditional pop. Something a little more bluesy and distorted. And then do we want to kind of have like a letdown with Meet Mr. Callahan, even but have it kind of be sort of unique with this reverb and kind of almost like proto jangle pop? Wow, I feel really I feel really really pretentious calling this proto jangle pop. Let's do that. Let's do that. I think that makes sense. Please don't kill me for calling this proto jangle pop. Okay. So from this, we didn't really have anything for Crazy Man Crazy. This is 53. I can't remember if you guys had anything for 53. Good Lord, please just give me songs. Les Paul joins the Smiths. Oh my gosh, this site is just completely broken. I can't remember what we didn't have anything in the list. Like no one, like we jumped from 52 to 57 here. No one was suggesting anything other. Ray Charles. The website's not working. Let's see what you guys have. Muddy Waters. Chet Baker. Ray Charles.
I love you. Yeah.
And you also had Muddy Waters. Here's the thing. We just had distorted here. So it's like we haven't really had any blue jazz yet. And to be honest, there isn't much jazz on this list as it is. We need something more upbeat after Les Paul. We're going right into space guitar though. I don't really want to. If we're keeping space guitar, I don't think Muddy Waters makes sense right before space guitar. Like unless you're riding a wave. I know I'm trying to think about the flow. Unless you're like riding a wave for more than one track, which like is that warranted, you know? Wait, what's going on? We're fixing the playlist. We're fixing our music through the years playlist of 70 songs. Just kind of ironing out any kinks that we've come across. A lot of it's probably going to stay the same. But like the beginning and the end are probably the roughest areas. I don't know. I mean, I like space guitar. This is pretty cool for what year is this? 5? 55? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 54. Yeah, oh, I don't want Crazy Man Crazy on here anyway. I'd almost like something. I kind of like this whole traditional pop, something distorted and crazy, proto jangle pop, and then maybe dip down into some jazz, and then go to space guitar. I think Ray Charles or Chet Baker. Um, so we have to kind of consider here. Do we go as far as these two? Do we replace space guitar for rock around the clock so that we can do something not low key for 53? You know what I mean? Do we keep space guitar but put something low key for Crazy Man Crazy, or do we put something crazy in place of Crazy Man Crazy and change space guitar to something else? What do we do?
One, two, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. Daylight, we gonna rock around the we're gonna rock, we gonna rock.
I feel like there's a case to make for leaving space guitar because it is so forward thinking and wild. But does it work with the flow of the album, you know, which is more important? Oh, twig. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty true, Gran. I think that's going to be close to what it'll end up being. Um, what do I do? For crying out loud, this stupid thing. I need to get more tape. Um, I don't know what that is. Mona Lisa, how many more years?
Your way. I can see the thrill I was new.
Um, I might just go with Chet Baker. I think I'll just put Chet Baker in, keep space guitar. I'm honestly okay with dropping Bill Haley. Let's do that. Can I do this? Can I? Oh my gosh, look at that. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Computers. Okay. So, what do you guys think of that? That looked pretty solid. Going from traditional pop to more distorted bluesy thing, proto jangle pop, vocal jazz, crazy distorted electric guitar, pretty early country blues, and then into Blue Suede Shoes with Elvis Presley.
Well, it's one for the money, two for the show. Honey, lay off.
Was it The Clash who copied this with London Calling? All right, cool. Let's leave it at that then. Let's move on. 57. Take out Peggy Sue. Put in Round Midnight was the alternative. Did someone have Peggy Sue on their list still? Pisces. So I think Miles Davis might be a good choice here. Like going from
My bride. Well, it's a one for the money thing, but
and then someone had it. Didn't there it is. It's not a super fluid shift, but I think that's an interesting shift into Johnny Be Good. If anything, maybe like Blue Suede Shoes is a climax.
I lick from a note. I go, baby. Blue suede shoes. Will you?
I'm curious. Where was it? I just had it. So let's test this out.
Well, it's a one for the money, two for the show. They home for my blue suede shoes.
I actually kind of like that. That's kind of compelling, actually. So yeah, let's get rid of that. Dun dun dun. Inception. Look at that. Okay. And then Johnny Be Good. Nice little climax again. And then a nice little letdown with Take 5. Why does it work? Are you asking, are you like impressed that it works, or are you asking like you don't know why you think, why I think it works? Okay, so wait, I just want to make sure I'm keeping track of where I am. Okay, it works. Oh, yeah. Who was it who had those two together? Gran. Good choice, Gran. Okay, so we're at Take 5 now. The alternatives here, changing out What a Wonderful World. We have the twist, giant steps on two different ones here, and then two of you chose. Wait, do I have this right? Is everybody saying Mingus for something you guys didn't even put in your list? Okay, I think we ran into this last time where the issue was it was either two similar songs here, back to back, or it would have been two similar songs here if we changed Sam Cooke to another jazz song. So, oh, didn't I put moaning and I got like like ASMR sexy stuff? Okay, so Take 5. That's a very interesting claim, Ed Summers. That'd be an interesting like detour for 1 year. I don't think this works between Take 5 and Stand By Me. It doesn't make much sense. Unless, like, we listen to the very end of this. I don't know. Crying would be an interesting choice. We're kind of limited here genre-wise, so we need to make sure the flow works. I don't want to just be like, if we change.
But I do know much about geography.
Like, we're stuck with R&B and jazz right now. They are too similar. One of them needs to change, and I don't know if it's What a Wonderful World or Stand By Me. If we keep this one and drop Stand By Me. Wait. I don't think Stand By Me is a bad track. I think it is a better track than What a Wonderful World. I think it's influenced more. Like, people are still singing Stand By Me at karaoke's on cruise ships. My favorite things.
Raindrops on roses, my favorite things. Dresses with blue satin sashes.
Weird choice, guys. This would almost be like a cool one to do immediately after Take 5, but it's in the wrong year. This is a cool track though. I don't know what's the play here, guys. Change What a Wonderful World or change Stand By Me? At last. That might work. That might work. So if we go. Then At Last ends. I like that. What do you guys think about that? Take 5, At Last, my favorite things. I think that's pretty good, actually. because we still get that R&B soul vibe. Um, but I think this flow works way better. Yeah. And then my favorite things is an interesting lead into I actually kind of like that. It's pretty drastic, but it works, I think. Like after a 12 or 13-minute long, pretty moody, bassy jazz track here, snapping right into Miserlou is pretty cool. And then we didn't really have anything until possibly changing Sister Ray. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Because you guys were talking about um, doing Hendrix, right? But the only option was like Sister Ray at the time, which I don't see Sister Ray coming off. So I think one of the arguments for Be My Baby was something about like R&B and soul or like female singers, but we have At Last now. So does Be My Baby make sense between Miserlou and You Really Got Me? This kind of seems like a weird choice now. What do you guys think? I'll keep Sister Ray. I'll keep it. Like I said, this is my proudest moment of the list are these 3 songs in a row. That's an interesting transition. Do you guys think this is okay? Do you think this is okay? Yes, no? Yeah, I think you guys are making a good point that Be My Baby might need to stay. I mean, we've had plenty, like, we've really jazzed up, bopped up this whole first chunk here. Um, I think, okay. I think you guys are good. So, like a Rolling Stone, this all stays the same. Let's. I think we should change this to 21st Century Schizoid Man, who agreed with me. Ritz did. And Grand did. I like how all of a sudden everyone's now like, yeah, change I Want to Be Your Dog to 21st Century. I find that really funny. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Okay. So that means we probably need to change Pink Floyd to something, right? What year is this? 73. What would we change Pink Floyd to? We have the Stooges again. Dream on, dream on. Your whole playlist is krautrock. Um, so wait, what are you guys trying to say here? Because you guys are making an argument to put krautrock in 73, but change Can to something. Um, put Stooges here.
Goddamn boy, the one who searches technology. In the middle of a fire. The one who's searching on the goddamn and made no apology.
What did you guys do here? You all kept Autobahn. So, um, I know it isn't krautrock. I'm listening for a sec just to kind of get a sense of what's happening sound wise in the playlist. Steve. This is just like a mildly kind of bopping electronic track. So 21st Century Schizoid Man. Black Sabbath. Into see, Patti Smith feels like a weird choice to me. Um, this is tough because I feel like there might need to be multiple song changes here. Like Can has the ability to be taken off. Pink Floyd will probably definitely be taken off. Patti Smith might be taken off. Marley for 73. What Marley song? This freaking website, man. Oh, Future Days is also 73. You're the nicest music person on YouTube, fellow. Thank you. Catch a Fire is the album. So Funkadelic for 71. Okay, this is really hard to keep track of in my head because we have jumping genres. Um, if we do Funkadelic, Bob Marley probably won't make it on, right? Um, unless. Okay, so we have Starman for 72. Is this correct? Um, does this kind of impact what songs we pick for 1 and 3? You know? Um, yeah, but like for Future Days is a single track, right? I feel like 2 electronic tracks back to back is much, a bit much. Okay, so for 71, we currently have Can. And like I'm sorry, I'm just trying to keep this straight in my head. I'm doing a really bad job right now. Um, um, dang it, why does it keep doing this? Um, okay, so Can is here, and you guys are saying, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time keeping all this straight. So this track is currently on there, and you guys are claiming Funkadelic. Is that right? Um, I don't know how I feel about like diversity for the sake of diversity. You know, it's just a in terms of like I want it to be more of a historical thing than like an equal represent not I want it to not be a representation thing so much as like historical landmarks, you know. Um, which is why like, you know, Be My Baby kind of being a big breakout thing in the 60s for female singers, you know. Like that's an acceptable thing versus like there needs to be equal male female singers in the playlist. Um, I want this to be more of like a meritocracy kind of thing where it's like if the song is good, it makes it on. But I don't want to ignore historical moments of like this was a big moment for this or that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Um, yeah, and that makes sense for Bob Marley too. Uh, um, I'm having a terrible time focusing right now. Okay, so 71. We currently have Can, Funkadelic, and is it really warm in that room? I'm just having a really hard time keeping all of this straight right now for some reason. Where was I? And you guys also said Marvin Gaye. Most of the favorite bands are U.S. Um, yeah, and I mean, I like what I like. There's a fair portion of my favorite artists that are female vocalists, and it's like it's just what it is. Um, yeah, I'd say hit it and quit it, or um, tell me, guys, what were the options for 71? We currently have Can on the list. You guys wanted Funkadelic as well. Marvin Gaye, people said is an option. Um, I feel like there's one other one I'm missing. Is that it? I think that's it. And then what was it for 73? Led Zeppelin could be a choice in 71. You guys said for 73. Bob Marley. Oh, is it just called Funkadelic, but it's not necessarily funk? Is that the case? Or you guys said Can, Future Days on this one. Yeah, it's like I don't pick and choose based on, like race or gender or anything like that. It's like if the music is good, I'll enjoy it. If I don't think it's good, then I won't enjoy it. What is 75? Patti Smith. Which, should Patti Smith come off? Did you guys pick other things? What other things did you guys pick here? Tangerine Dream on this one. Patti Smith here. Patti Smith here. You guys kept Patti Smith. Okay. So is there an argument to make for not putting the Stooges on if Patti Smith is here? Or because Patti Smith is kind of like a proto punk sound, right? It's not necessarily straightforward punk, and we don't really have straightforward punk right now. Art punk. It's fairly punky. It's a little more artsy, yeah. Um, I don't know. This is really tough. So I'm trying to find something that can go before Bowie, after Bowie, into Kraftwerk. Here, you guys think about it for a bit. I will be right back. Okay. What did we do? Uh, I agree that if Can gets pushed off, they have a good chance of winning 73. um, keep Can in place, change Floyd to Marley. So it looks like it's either Funkadelic 71, Can 73, or Can 71, Bob Marley 73. Let's pull that, actually. Whoops. Oh. LeMayo. How about no Can? You know, how about we just remove all the electronic music from the playlist? Did that not hyperlink? It didn't post. What? There. That was weird. Is it there now? Okay, good. It looks like Marley for 73. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so what Marley? Sorry, Gran. I told you I was breaking hearts today.
No sun will shine. Do your best. Not true.
That's okay. I think we're actually we're mostly done. Um, we have like a few things in the 80s, and then most of the rest is in the end. Um, Interesting. Okay. So is this pretty much where we're at? That looks solid to you guys? I'm glad we finally came to some kind of consensus. Okay. Um, now, do we have any stipulations about anything before Ghost Town? Or are we keeping everything before Ghost Town? Yeah, I feel Love into 1-1 is such an interesting change. And then out of 1-1 into like ushering in the 80s new wave into Once in a Lifetime. Letting the days go by. Tainted Love for 81. That was an option. Once in a Lifetime to Tainted Love to Billie Jean is really interesting to me, actually. I can feel it come the years now. Don't know. The question is, if we pick Tainted Love, is it like too much new wave pop? Yeah, that's the thing. Because like Billie Jean, Blue Monday, Purple Rain, Running Up That Hill, There's a Light That Never Goes Out. That's just like a constant. It's not necessarily the new wave synth bands, but it's definitely like the 80s right there. It's okay. Twig is just the frenetic contrarian. He has his place in the lore of the channel. So this was 82, right? 81. Blue Monday is synth pop. That's right. Why is this website just completely and utterly broken? Black Flag might make sense. It'd make more sense after she's lost control, though. Like, we have to put... It's something that's going to be between Once in a Lifetime and Billie Jean. There's like a tapping in the wall. I don't think it'd be mice. We're on a crawl space. Don't know. They're very modest. They're only tapping lightly. I think Ghost Town needs to come off. I think there's a case to make for Spellbound because we have no cure on here. Once in a Lifetime to Billie Jean. I think The Cure might be an interesting choice because they're still sort of post-punk around this era, right? So that might be an interesting transition into things like New Order. There's no way you guys can hear that, but it's definitely like. I wish I knew what it was. Freaking. Do we keep Billie Jean? Does Billie Jean need to stay? That was 82, right? Keep Billie Jean. I don't know what else it would be for 82. I probably look like I'm on the surface of the sun right now. That's a little better. If we're keeping Billie Jean, then what comes before it and after Talking Heads needs to make sense. So I'm kind of torn right now between that The Cure and Susie and the Banshees. How have you been doing with the lockdown, by the way? I've been fine. Where I live in Colorado, it hasn't been too terrible. Not very many cases. Things are starting to open back up. I work at a grocery store, so I've been fine on employment and all that. It's really just been like not being able to eat at restaurants or see family as much, but we're starting to see family more so. So things are kind of back to normal now. Yeah, Cure's kind of goth later. I'm getting kind of doubtful though that we're going to be able to finish this today. I just don't have time. Are you pointing to Rodrigo's thing? Oh. We have to get hardcore punk band. Joy Division can be categorized as gothic, so I don't know why we would need. Can be categorized. Sure. Sure. Okay, that's fair. It just seems so like abrupt of a shift from Once in a Lifetime to Rise Above to Billie Jean. You know? I mean, if that's what you guys think, do you guys think we should put Rise Above instead of Ghost Town? Yes, no? No. No Rise Above. I think so. Susie. Seems more like stepping backwards than forwards. Yeah, I feel that as well. Um, what was Police's album for 81? Was it, did it have Every Breath You Take? Reggae rock from the Police? I don't know any of these songs. What would be the track? Invisible Sun? Let me listen. Is this a good album? It's their worst one. Wow. Reggae from the Police. Yeah, I'm not really feeling the Police as the choice on this one. I could see the case to make for it after Once in a Lifetime, going into Billie Jean, but it doesn't seem like the strongest song to pick for a year. You know what I mean? Okay, what can we pull here? Um, so we have Spellbound. We have the Police. What other options do we have? Black Flag, Rise Above. When are we ending? With 20 minutes at the most. We may or may not be able to finish today, in which case we can because we still have a good chunk ahead of us. I think we've just taken too long, so we might have another stream. Why not? I'd rather get it right than rush it, you know. So, what were the other options? Do we have anything else? Soft Cell. Band in DC. Okay, let's just do this and see where you guys stand. Okay, good. Oh man. Oh, you guys. The problem is we don't really have any. We don't have enough viewers right now for good polls because this is just totally split. Everyone feels differently here. Do I need to make an executive decision? Once in a Lifetime to Billie Jean. I don't feel like Black Flag makes sense. Let me listen here.
Same as it ever was.
Voices sing, have thrown down the stone, following the footsteps of a red dawn.
Billie Jean is just such an oddball here in terms of like transition. I don't think we can really get around it. Maybe we'll do Spellbound. I mean, it didn't really like win the votes. If we're not going to do The Cure, it does feel like a step back with She's Lost Control right there, though. Yeah, Police has 3 votes, which is really surprising. It doesn't make... It makes sense in the context of the playlist, but it doesn't make sense as a choice for 81. I always find it funny when I like listen through tracks and I hear people I see people in the chat like, no, don't. You guys start getting freaked out because I start listening to certain songs. See, the Police is definitely a smoother transition track than anything else on here, but it just doesn't make sense as a choice for 81. What's Vienna? Vienna by Ultravox? It says it's 84. Well, the collection. Was this on the list somewhere here? Just out of curiosity. It is new wave. That's a better transition, certainly. Is it the wrong year, though? Where is it? Am I just not seeing it? It was released as a single. From the album Vienna. 1980. It was released in 1980. It won't work. It was released as a single in 81, but it came out on an album in 80, so it won't work. It has to be the year that it first became available to the public as a song. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to have time to do much more today, but we can finish in another stream. How about that? Maybe we can figure out something else fun to do in a stream as well. See, in Billie Jean, like, it works fine going into Blue Monday. That's fine. But, like, nothing can go good into Billie Jean unless the song before it is new wave. Radio Free Europe. Radio Free Europe all depends on if we take It's the End of the World as We Know It out. Yeah, but Susie might be redundant if... Or Suxi? I don't know how to say it. Might be redundant because if She's Lost Control, like 2 songs before it. If we change it to RFE, just change it to Just Like Heaven. When did Just Like Heaven come out? Was that 82? It was 83? 85? What? If I think it's the End of the World might drop. That was 87. Is that what REM is right now? Is that 87? That's not 87. What's 87 on here? This is 89, right? Oh, you're saying change this to something from Disintegration? If we put The Cure here, but that's not the right year though, is it? Whoops. Oh. And then REM. Am I just getting like everything completely backwards here? Am I getting my years flipped around? Oh. Here's your noise rock. Here's your noise rock. So 80, yeah, we're getting into this territory again where we're trying to like figure out years ahead and behind. So let me ask you this, guys. If we want to consider Sonic Youth, what needs to be the thing that's heavily considered? I don't really want REM on the list, honestly. I don't think REM makes a lot of sense on the list. Yeah, but we have Pixies on here. So REM feels kind of like, who cares? Am I alone in that? Um, 8 years before Doolittle. Sure. I feel like, man, late 80s is so dicey. It's so dicey. The Modest Mouse left. It's not hitting on the wall anymore. Okay. If REM is on the list, it probably won't be It's the End of the World. I feel like there's better candidates for that year. If REM goes on, it would probably have to be Radio Free Europe, right? But does Radio Free Europe make sense in that spot, which we're still working on? That might work. I mean, I know I'm like slamming on RAM, but since RAM's gonna have to come out, I think we're just gonna do it. I think we're just gonna put Radio Free Europe in wait, what? Wait, 83? Wait, no. Hold on. Do I have this right? Was it 81? 81. Why did it say 83? Is this just wrong? Oh, wait, it was a single, right? Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Um, we went over that before. Okay. So let's do that. Let's do that. I think that'll settle it just fine. I think that works. And so now, now we have this spot contested. There's a light that never goes out into Straight Outta Compton. Nothing's going to transition into Straight Outta Compton, really. So, The Cure versus Sonic Youth. The battle. The ultimate battle. This is like Return of the King level Minas Tirith battle. So all you Sonic Youth heads out there. If you really like, if you had to pick like Schizophrenia, I have not. I don't know what that is. Is that a Cure album? If Sonic Youth were to be on this, what albums would be contenders? Daydream Nation, which we can't really do because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Straight Outta Compton. What is that a song? Are you saying that's a song? Oh, okay. Okay. So we're looking for 87 right here. Maybe we'll end here. It's been 2 hours. I kind of need to end. We probably definitely have enough material here to like fix for another stream. I didn't realize it would take 2 streams. So yeah, well, I think we'll end here. We'll dwell on this. We need to try to figure out the place for Sonic Youth if it can go on here. Maybe take NWA off if it needs to come off. If Pixies need to come out, which that feels wrong in a way. If Depeche Mode needs to come out. So basically like everything from like here up through here we need to figure out. I don't want to change NWA personally. I think that makes a lot of sense. But for now, we'll end the stream. We'll try to dwell on these tracks. When the next video going to be released? Maybe this week sometime. I don't know. It all depends on how busy I am later in the week. If not, it'll be probably next Monday. So, yeah. Dwell on this, guys. Tell me what you think. Just realized I didn't scroll all the way up. There we go. Yeah, if you guys want to join the Discord, link should be in the description, I think. We have like 30 plus people on there. It's been real fun. So yeah, check out these tracks and think about what will work as a good trajectory, because we've got a nice little kind of new wave arc going here up into like indie rock. Got some jangle in there. But then REM needs to come out and we need to figure out what to do for the next like 4 tracks. So thank you all. Hope you had a good time. Bowie discussion will go up right after this. So if you want to stick around on the channel or just your subscription box, that'll go up. It's like a little over an hour long. And yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys.